Welcome to the fight game. He's Icewater and Puma. Not only does he go by Icewater, but he goes by Charles E. Farmer. We called him Farm on the yard. He has a new book called Time to Let the Little Boys Go. And I want you to talk a little bit about the book before we get into some boxing.
Yeah, appreciate it. The book is really about the relationship between my father and I and the difficulty and sometimes complications my father had in trying to raise me to become a man. Oftentimes, with the hardships and tragic losses that we suffered early in my life, my dad did everything he could to make sure that I was going to be able to be a strong man. And he knew that at some point, or thought at some point, he needed to prepare me just in case I had to do this by myself, which is part of the book. But just amazing what he was able to do for me and allow me to rise up and learn a lot of great lessons that I oftentimes now share with other people.
Yeah. And he was gracious enough to let me do the foreword of this book. And I read the book several times. And it pulled some tears out of me. I had to put it up one day. I was traveling on the train, and I'm like, I don't want people to see me cry reading this. And so it's a worthwhile book. I mentioned in another show that we did, um, I sent a copy to my pop, who was on our sports show and the NFL picks. And Pop was like, this is an interesting book. This fella has been through a lot. And so when Pop, who doesn't really pick up a lot of books other than the Bible, things of that sort, when he could say something like that, I don't even think he read my books, but when he could say certain things like that, you know it's a good book. And man, I'm so proud of you, man. I don't know what to do. You know what. So anyway, let's
Appreciate
to the boxing show. It is sponsored by Rayon Cognac. Join the movement. Catch us at www.rayoncognac.com. Now, in a way, and Nagataki had a fight. They were 32-0, and one of those O's had to go. I can see this fight in a rematch because it seemed like they didn't really get loose until after the fifth or sixth round.
it.
And you could see that the monster was really getting into the fight. He had some crazy, crazy punches that were coming out of nowhere to land on Nagataki. And you could see that these guys really respect each other. It was the pride of Japan. I was watching it with our boy Dredd on the phone. He was like, man, it's so quiet there. I was like, they're not like us over here. We're yelling and screaming and jumping and throwing popcorn and beer all over the place. They're more of a dignified crowd, but it was a big event. And I think people appreciate it. Inoue's brother fought on the undercard. And I heard from a buddy I work with who was like, man, I was entertained by that fight also. We talked about, Inoue saying, hey, I think I'm ready to move up. But I could see these two fighting again because this was a pretty good fight.
I agree with you. I like both fighters. I really like Nakatani. I really did. I like the way he fights. He kind of reminds me of a kind of a new school Thomas Hearns type,
Mm-hmm.
but I think with more boxing skills. But as you said, it took them a while to kind of get comfortable with one another, maybe because of the fear of the power of each other.
Yeah.
And Nakatani, it almost seems as if when he was very aggressive and he was able to step up and use his jab, he was able to do damage to the monster. But at some point, the monster started to use he has great sense of awareness and another great boxer that knows angles real well.
Yes.
He's able to move and stay out the way, which allowed him to get in closer to Nakatani. And I think that Nakatani's corner at some point just kind of didn't know what else to do, just told him, go out there and do what you do. But this was different because this guy was more of a technician. Now, I have seen fights where the monster seemed like he got a little careless
Yeah.
and he really wasn't doing what we expect out of him. But in this particular fight, knowing who he was facing, he came out with a hell of a game plan and he was able to handle his business versus a very game and a very talented fighter. I still like Nakatani. I like seeing him in some other fights, but I was glad that they got together. The rematch, I would be interested in it too, but you could just tell by the way that they really respected one another even after the fight. This is how they do it in Japan. Immediately after the fight, Nakatani just disappeared.
Yeah.
He went to his locker room. He didn't hang around and wasn't talking stuff, and he just disappeared. And he had a smile on his face because he knew he had competed well. He just didn't win that night.
And he was
But
really appreciated by the crowd when he was walking
yes.
out. I mean, they really give him praise. I mean, they really kind of hold up boxing and their fighters in a true higher light, and they
Oh,
don't
it was
throw them away after they lose or something like that.
no. I think it was must see TV in Japan, all over the world. It really was. It was a very good fight. I like to see a little bit more action. And then you said with a rematch, that may happen. But with that being said, I wouldn't mind a rematch, but it's time. I'm gonna just be keeping 100. The boxing media in the world has been pumping up Ben Rodriguez for a long
That's
time.
what I was going to mention. Yep.
And I know he's at 115, he's a little lighter, but let's stop the drama, man. Let's stop it. Let's get him in there. If he's getting receiving all these accolades on that higher level as pound for pound, let's have him show it. What better way than to fight the monster? The monster is available. He will fight him in his time. I'm so tired of some of these boxers fighting, making their ways against guys that maybe seem inferior. It's time to fight a legend or soon to be legend and see what you really made of, man.
All right. Yeah, I enjoyed the fight. It's like it was really slow at first, and I'm like, okay, when are they going to get it? And you could tell they were like, I'm not getting knocked out first. I'm not getting knocked out,
Yeah,
and they're
yeah.
really careful about. And in a way, sometimes he's a little careless, just like you said earlier, and he'll get a good shot and get hit with a good shot, and then he has to either pick himself off the floor or kind of scramble to try to win the round. But I thought it was a smartly fought fight, a smart fight by in a way. And Nagataki, and I wouldn't mind seeing this again. But that Bam Rodriguez fight, oh man, that's gonna be yeah, that's gonna be a banger. Now Benavidez ran through his cruiserweight opponent last Saturday, so we had a morning fight and then an evening fight. So I had to get a nap in between because you know me, I like to stay up late, but getting up 6 o'clock in the morning that was a little bit too early for me. But after Benavidez won, he went to the crowd and he said, "Hey, what do you want to see? What do you want to see me fight next? Do you want Canelo?" Canelo left after Jaime won the fight, and Canelo's like, "I just came here to see Jaime." I think he knew that he was going to get called out. And I've been saying all along that Canelo has been ducking this guy for years. People say, this guy blew his chance, whatever. But Canelo's fighting somebody we never heard of in September. And here we go again, him picking tomato cans to assure him a win in September or in May. And I'm like, if you're one of the best, you fight the best. But if if you don't feel like you're the best, retire. Quit fighting these fights. I'm not even going to watch that fight in September. You know what the result is going to be. They're trying to pull Crawford out of retirement. Canelo doesn't want that. He doesn't want that. And I don't know who else, out there to fight. Benavidez said, hey, I'll come down to 175 if that's what you want me to do. But you think that he should fight Usyk next, which I've heard Roy Jones say, hey, fight Usyk. Forget about, Bivol, fight Usyk. That's the big fight. That's the big money fight. I'm not sure if that's what he wants to do. I want to see Canelo and this guy fight. I really do, but I don't think it's going to happen. The other thing I'm going to throw in there, because I know you're a little sensitive about this, Floyd Mayweather is having some money issues. So Money May is having some money issues. The IRS is coming after him. I said this before in our last episode of the fight game. I don't think the Pacquiao and Mayweather fight is going to happen. I think something else is going to come between that because they're talking about taking Mayweather's passport so he can't go and do an exhibition against Mike Tyson later in the summer. Your thoughts on both of those? I'll just hang up and wait for my answer, as they say in radio.
You're a funny dude. Funny dude. Let's start with Benavidez, okay? Benavidez looked really good. He was able to go up and take care of a slow cruiserweight. No disrespect for him, but a slow cruiserweight. And he got rid of him. And that's fine. Okay, give him his due. he looked good, and now he's the belle of the ball, and now he's walking around here with his slippers on like he's ready to fight everybody. And then of course, what would he do? I mean, as he's playing to the crowd, who y'all want to see me fight next? When you clearly have said, "Oh man, I'm tired of chasing Canelo. I ain't chasing Canelo no more. The hell with Canelo. I don't have to do that. I have bigger fish to fry," as he said. Now all of a sudden, because the fans said, "Oh, well, if he wants, I come to 175. You don't want to see me and all." No, I don't want to hear that. Okay, we know why Canelo doesn't want to fight you. Okay, first of all, now you can say Canelo's scared. Okay, that's cool, but Canelo don't respect you, bruh. He don't respect you,
I think
and a
it's
lot of
more
people feel the
fear than
same way.
respect. I truly think
Okay,
it's
you
fear.
can say what you want to, but all I'm saying to you is you had the opportunity, you had the belt before, you blew it because of drug situation, and you blew it the other time because you were overweight. Now you're serious? And let's throw the Canelo crap out the door, okay? From the standpoint of whatever Canelo thinks. If he's scared, then so be it. But let's look at it. Benavidez will fight Canelo for only one reason. He's mad that he made him wait. He's mad that he ducked him, whatever you want to say about it. And he wants some get back. He wants to put Canelo in the ground and put another trophy. It's like Alien and Predator, put another trophy on his wall. That's all he
They
wants.
call him the monster too. So
Yeah, but that's why he's looking for that. That's one of those is empty slots that he had a place for Canelo's head, and it's empty. But let's be real. That's what it was. But the problem for me with that is he wanted to be the one to put Canelo in his place, right? But you missed it, bruh. You didn't get the opportunity. Same way Crawford probably pissed it. He never got the shot at Pacquiao, right? We can go there too. But you missed it because Crawford took Canelo down and he made him look ordinary. So all of the fanfare he was looking for by beating the great Canelo Alvarez, there's not a lot of luster to it anymore. Unless people just want to see you two fight. I get that. But the luster's gone. Because Canelo's not the same guy. We know that now. And particularly if you move, you want to beat the hell out of Canelo and everybody tell you how tough you are. That's what he wants. That's my opinion. You just want to tell everybody, see, I told y'all we should have fought 8 years ago. Done. It's over. Same way y'all talked about when Floyd waited for Pacquiao and he waited too late. It could have been a better fight. I said the same thing with Benavidez and Canelo. And with that being said, you are the belle of the ball now, Benavidez. You could go down and better beef. You could fight him. He's almost 40. Maybe not. You go down and fight Bivol. Bivol maybe not will not fight you because maybe he's scared too. And I give you that as we say this. But I will say this. I don't always agree with the legend Roy Jones, the great Roy Jones. But I agree with him this time. He said it is time for Benavidez to show the world how great you are. And I agree. You say you great, you the man, you hot, everybody's running, you can't find a quality opponent. There's a man up in the heavyweight division that's small for a heavyweight. And this is Puma, is one of his favorite fighters. We call him the little man, Usyk. And Benavidez, as Roy Jones said, if you dare to be great, go see that man. Now, I have been on the other end of several fights that I said I thought he was going to lose. I didn't know how good he was, but he showed me different. So I'm going to be the biggest, I'm not saying I'm apologize. I'm not jumping on the bandwagon. I just recognize great talent. So I'm going to give him his due. This is a man that beat Dubois. That's one of the top heavyweights. This is a man that beat Anthony Joshua twice, not once, but twice. And this is a man also that beats Tyson Fury twice. So he's the real deal. He knows how to fight. And he does a lot of things well where he has great strategy when he faces his opponents. So David Benavidez, if you say you're the man, the other thing, oh, that's too much weight. We know you walk around almost 200 pounds. Let's keep this 100. Let's be real. That's why you're able to go up there and do what you did with the cruiserweight. So let's take another step, David. I know you say I'm challenging. Who the hell am I? I'm just some dude that used to be a sports journalist, but I do know a little bit about boxing. So if you want to be great, as you say you want to be, and things of that nature with your promoter, who's a great guy, love his promoter. Got a chance to meet him in Vegas, great promoter. If you guys want to make noise and so you can cement your legacy, step up big time. Step up. And I'm not gonna say I'm a Usyk fan. I'm an admirer because I went against him too many times. But he's the truth. So if you want to say I'm trying to set up my legacy, as Roy Jones said, you ain't got nothing to lose. Dare to be great. Dare to be great. Take that next step to fight Usyk. And now we'll find out how great you are. Imagine if you beat Usyk and you're the heavyweight champion of the world. Man, you will be up there on all levels because of what you did against one of the top boxers in his era. Dare to be great, bruh. And I give you kudos. I'll bow down and tell you, man, I was wrong. Till then, bruh, I'm waiting.
All Canelo fans, get your boy to fight Benavidez. Tell him to quit running, quit ducking him. Fight Benavidez. I want to see that before I watch the Usyk fight. I want to see Canelo fight. If you're this great Mexican champion, you'll stop running away from this guy and fight. That's all I'm saying.
So I'm glad you brought that in because now I needed a two-part. I needed a breath for this next situation I'm about to speak on. I needed to breathe. So thank you for woosah.
Yeah.
Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather. As you said, you don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
But what you said along with that is you mentioned about all these other intangibles, these outside forces. IRS after Floyd. Has taken some money for a fight that he's supposed to have. He's got to get the money back. He's in trouble because Pacquiao wanted his get back. Pacquiao want to take that O out. Pacquiao going to show you who he really is. All these things mean you're pointing at Floyd, telling him, you put him in the corner. You're cornering him, put his back up against the wall. And you know what he does best? When his back against the wall, he come out and fight. So yeah, let's remove the exhibition point. And I don't think Floyd really is going to have a choice if everything that you mentioned, and along with the media is mentioning, is true. Where he's having financial trouble and he's doing all these other things, and if he's reneges on it, I don't think he wants to pay that money back. If there's all these intangibles are going on. So what does he have to do? He has to fight Pacquiao. And now he's cornered. And I'm telling you, you can write this down. If Floyd Mayweather is cornered and he has to come back and fight Pacquiao, somebody in trouble. Somebody in trouble. Because I'm telling you, the one thing about Floyd, and he's not fighting a young guy, right? He's not fighting Boots Ennis. He's fighting an old man just like him. And Floyd is gonna come in and put that work in. If that's what he does. Pacquiao, be careful. I think you're a great fighter. I've been watching you a long time. I also watch my other boy, Juan Manuel Marquez, put you down. All I'm saying to you is be careful what you ask for, because you know how Floyd is. Forget outside the ring and all of the stuff, whether you love him or hate him as a man. But as a boxer, Pacquiao, you know what he's capable of. And all I'm gonna say to you is be very careful because you put him in the corner like they forcing him and making him go take this fight, it's not gonna be pretty. You heard it here first. Keith Thurman, you next.
I see you talk about this like Pacquiao sitting around eating ice cream, burgers, just kind of this is a formality. You're gonna be training hard too, because this is his chance. This is his chance to stop Mayweather from running and actually get Mayweather to fight. So if Mayweather's coming in for a fight, okay, Pacquiao's there for it. So I'm gonna put my money on Pacquiao in this fight.
I
If
love this.
if the
I
fight
love it.
happens. If
I
the
love
fight happens. Because
I
I think
love
he's
this.
going to be injured or something's going to happen where they're going to have to postpone this fight or this fight's never going to happen. Because I don't think he wants to fight Pacquiao. I really don't think he wants to fight Pacquiao and put that O on the line. Because I think he chickened out. And I'm going to say it. And I stand on it. He chickened out by fighting McGregor for his 50th fight instead of fighting somebody that would give them a chance to take that O out. And he took the safe route, fighting a non-boxer and sanctioned it as a professional fight and won that fight to get the 50th. So it tainted that for me. So I always said that Mayweather is 49-0. He is not 50-0. He is not 50-0 in my eyes because he took the coward's way out and not fighting a legitimate boxer or fighter for that 50th. So now, you're setting up to do this. Like I said, I don't think it's going to happen. If it happens, I'll be glad. I will watch it, but I'm putting my money on Pac-Man because, yeah, Floyd's going to work out hard. He's going to train hard. So is Pacquiao. Now, hopefully Floyd doing his road work and he's, getting those legs strong because I think they're like, 40-something-year-old legs. And you can't run for 12 rounds on 40-something-year-old legs because he ran that first fight. He ran. And I'm not the only one who thinks that.
That's wonderful. I love your soliloquy when you come up with this about the Pac-Man. But there's a and I said this before. There's a difference in greatness, bruh. Difference in greatness. And Floyd Mayweather, for the most part of his career, shows you the difference in greatness. Even with the great Manny Pacquiao, there's a difference in greatness. The one thing about Floyd Mayweather that people hate about him running and all this other stuff, eluding people and not being there and whatever, he makes great fighters look ordinary. That's what he does. Way before Crawford made Canelo look ordinary, Floyd Mayweather made Canelo look ordinary. Now he's back at it, and I'm just saying, I understand Pac-Man's gonna be ready too, but there's levels to greatness, bruh. And Floyd has been consistent. People hate it when he makes these so-called strong punches and these great fighters come in, and they act like he's running the whole time, like he don't hit these dudes. He's hitting these guys. You see the marks on them, but they want you to engage. So I hope he does slow down so Pacquiao can get a little taste, so they get in the pocket a little bit, make Floyd fight. But there's levels to this game, bruh. I know where Pacquiao's background too. There's level to it, to the greatness. And I think Floyd, if he does fight Pacquiao again, you gonna go, damn, I thought Pacquiao was ready. And he's older too, man. Okay, all right. So I love it. I love it. I guess we might have to make a little side bet on that
Yeah,
too.
yeah. I'm gonna end it like this. Time to let the little boys go. He's Icewater. I'm Puma, and this is the fight.